Hey you guys, I think this is journal flip through number, I want to say 46, but I'm not completely sure on that. Talking kind of quietly because June's asleep. I'd kind of actually rather her not be asleep right now. I'm trying to get her onto the nocturnal schedule. It's not working out so great because she keeps me awake. Okay. I think I remember reviewing Redeeming Love. I think I do. Yeah, okay, I'm done with this page. Done with all this, right? Okay, so the next movie I watched was How to Be Single. Came out in 2016. Zero cringe face, zero eye roll. I did not like this movie. I like Rebel Wilson. I did not like this movie. I'm not sure which I hate more. I know I've been harping on the ninjas on a secret island, volcanic island for a while now. So I'm not sure if I hate that more or if I hate movies where it's like four different stories being told at the same time, but actually don't really have anything to do with each other. They don't intersect at all. It's just like four love stories being told as a movie. But the four love stories don't have anything to do with each other. So I'm not sure if I hate that more than I hate ninjas, but yeah, that's basically what that was, and I didn't like it. Um, I mean, I guess you could consider it a chick flick. If you really like chick flicks, then go for it. But I won't. I gave mine away. I bought mine from Dollar Tree, and I gave it away. Okay. The next movie I watched was Man of the House. Came out in 2005. Zero cringe face, zero eye roll. I did very little journaling for this movie, but I actually really liked it. It was a stupid comedy, It, it was a dumb comedy, but I liked it, for its simplistic factor. I liked it. If I found it in a thrift store, I would buy it. So there you go. I think I might be coming down with a cold. Probably test myself for COVID tomorrow. Okay. The next movie was The Smurfs. Came out in 2011. Um, zero cringe face, zero eye roll. I didn't like this movie as much as I hoped I would like it, because I love the gnomes movies like Romeo and Juliet and Sherlock Gnomes. I like those. I was really hoping I would like the Smurfs. I didn't so much. Um, but something's telling me if I continue to watch it that I'd probably grow to love it. It's one of those things where I'd grow to love it. It didn't have enough adult humor in it for me, I guess. I'm not sure I quantify as an adult, but I need that adult humor. Let me see that bottom is hand. Um, I've got a stamp here from someone. There's a sticker from Rebecca that says hashtag tag this. I'm not sure where this washi came from, probably from Rebecca. I've got some spirographs I did. This was an envelope that was damaged and I didn't want to use. This sticker came off of an envelope from someone, I think probably from Cindy, is what my brain is indicating. I was feeling completely fine. I sat down to watch a movie. That's just one of my peanut paper challenges. Sat down to watch a movie. I finished the movie. Oh, June's awake. I finished the movie and I got up and it felt like someone had been beating on my sternum. And it don't feel good. It don't feel good. I don't know how this shit happens so fast. Okay, this was just from my last challenge. These were some seeds that I'm growing this year. Some of them are growing, surprisingly enough. Jones Soda released a new flavor of soda. It was called Sugar Cookie Soda. It basically tastes like cream soda, but with more of a twang. I always cut the labels off the bottles, but in this case I only cut the label off one bottle because all the labels were the same. They weren't different like in their normal flavors. I've got some washi down here from Rebecca, and I'm not sure who that came from. My favorite flavor, this is whenever we'd come up to the cabin on the weekends. We'd always stop at a convenience store, when we were in Shelton, before we had to drive the 40 minutes to get to the cabin. And we'd always stop at a convenience store, and I'd always get a Jones Soda, and they carried bubblegum flavor. That was my favorite flavor of Jones Soda, and I cannot get that now. I don't know if they still make. I should write to the company, find out if they still make bubblegum soda. This is a paper clip from ByMimiWithLove. Washi from Elisha. This was a pack of Skittles, obviously. It had LGBTQ artwork, so I saved that and glued that on here. The next movie was Women Talking. Zero Cringe Face, Zero Eye Roll. Is based on a true story, so off the bat, it's not gonna, it's not gonna get your heart pumping. I would not watch this again, but it was a good movie. They did a good job making it for this one specific reason. Most of the movie was shot in one location, and it kept my interest the entire time. And the actresses and there was like one actor, one male actor, one primary male actor, but mostly actresses. They acted really good. They acted so much better than a lot of the movies I've been reviewing lately. So, would I recommend watching it? I don't know. I mean, it was a good movie, but it's nothing exciting. It's nothing, I don't know. I guess if you want to know what actually happened, go ahead and watch the movie. They did a good job performing what happened, but, yeah, it wasn't bad, it wasn't great. Alright, this page. Okay. This is something I cut off of a planner page. It says, wrinkles mean you laughed Gray hair means you cared. Excuse me. The next movie was News of the World. Came out in 2020. One cringe face, zero eye roll. This was a good movie. I appreciate that Tom Hanks, America's sweetheart, was not in a role that was not cast in a movie where his character was propagating racist. What's the word? Was not condoning racism. I appreciate his that his character did not do that. I thought it was a good movie. Would I want to buy it? Probably not. There aren't a whole lot of westerns that I thoroughly enjoy, so it's probably just probably just me that I don't, I'm not head over heels for the movie because I'm not a huge fan of westerns. So, but it was definitely worth watching. This sticker says, "Start each day with a grateful heart." At least I think that's a sticker. The next movie was Absolution. Zero cringe face, two eye roll. I gotta go look at the thumbnail for the trailer real quick. Alright, so there is a startling number of movies named Absolution. But that's why I write down the year that it's released, because of how many times a movie gets released with the same name. But the first result that had popped up had Steven Seagal's face on the thumbnail. I was like, no, I think I'd remember if I watched a movie with schmuck Steven Seagal on there, so that's not him. Alright. This was a fantasy movie. I kind of liked it. It had parts that I'm a little iffy on. As far as, I think this movie was filmed in a different language. I can't remember. Because sometimes, on very rare occasions, they do a superb job doing voiceovers in English. It doesn't happen very often, but sometimes. All I really know is this movie kind of felt unfinished, so I'd hope there was a sequel. I think it'd be worth a watch, but it wasn't a slam dunk, is what I'll say. The next movie was Maudie. Came out in 2017. One cringe face, zero eye roll. This movie was such a unique love story. I kind of liked it. It has parts where I'm surprised I didn't have more cringe tallies in this movie, because I liked it, and there was definitely some cringe in it, but would I recommend watching it? Yes. I did put that I probably wouldn't buy it, but that could just be for personal taste. I probably wouldn't buy it because it ends sadly, and I have no interest in watching a movie over and over and over again that ends sadly. So that's probably why I wouldn't buy it. But it was a decent watch with a more unique perspective of love. This paper bag that I glued on here, I think it came from a YouTuber named Sarah Elliott. I'm not subscribed to her, but I think that was who this came from. And there's some washi from Rebecca. Down here is some plastic tape. I'll finish out this page here. And I've got all kinds of shit glued on here. I'm only mentioning it if it came from somebody else. Because who the fuck cares if I have a tiny scrap of ribbon on there? Alright. What's the next movie? Psych. The movie. Psych. I feel like I'm not saying that right with my throat the way it is, but it's Psych. Psych. The movie. Came out in 2017. Zero cringe face, zero eye roll. I didn't journal a lot on it. It was okay. It was an okay movie. I love the show. And the show was an acquired taste for me because it's kind of stupid. But the more I watched it, the more I grew to love the show. So, I prefer the show better than the movie, but you know, I appreciate the movie. I appreciate that it's an extension of the show because you love the show. The show is great. It's funny. It's quirky. And especially if you're immature like I am, it's probably a great show for you. Would I buy it? Sure. I wouldn't mind owning the movie. I want to pay a shit ton of money for it, but I think the only movie I bought full price recently, and by recently I mean in the last 5 years, would be Cruella. I think which is currently, I've probably watched it 20 times since I've had it in the DVD player. Yeah, I wouldn't mind owning the show either. You know, the box set for the show. So, yeah, if you like the show Psych, the movie isn't a bad watch. It's not bad. And then the last movie I'll review is Elizabeth. It came out in 1999. Zero cringe face, zero eye roll. I've been on a bit of a Cate Blanchett kick, especially after I watched Robin Hood. It's like, yes, I gotta give me some more Cate Blanchett. So I watched Elizabeth. I still haven't watched the second one. It's like Elizabeth the Golden Age or something like that. I still need to watch that one, but I can only take so many historical dramas at a time. You know, I've got to disperse them out for my liking. Because they are not my favorite genre. Zero cringe face, zero eye roll. I don't think I wrote a lot for this movie. Is there anything in here? Oh. Yeah. I wrote that I was really glad that I wasn't alive during this era. I would not want to have been alive during medieval times. This movie was kind of boring, but again, I cut it a lot. I cut movies based on factual events pretty loosely, you know, because they can only do so much, what's the adjective I'm trying to muster here? They can only do so much exaggerating of a story, you know, they need to keep it to some degree historically accurate, I feel. So I cut him a lot of slack, so it was a little boring. I wrote Cate Blanchett was beautiful as always, but probably wouldn't watch it again. I wrote it on a card that came from Ink Road. It says it's okay to not be okay. I don't know what the fuck that has to do with crafting, but there you go. It's okay to not be okay. I've got stamps and Ninja Turtle sticker. Note from Debbie Vignola. Note from Cheryl. This is 2 notes from Cheryl. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop it there. Thanks so much for watching. Adios, amigos.